All right, guys. I talk about this all the time with the bumpers. I tell everybody that I have a super easy fix, and I tell them just use zip ties. I don't know why it's hard to explain things for people to understand, but it's real simple. These bumpers. Oh, and I'm also going to talk about the joysticks, why they drift, or a simple prevention for keeping them from drifting and maximizing their life. They'll last a lot longer if you just don't use them as buttons. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, these the inside of these, the little plastic that bumps down, breaks pretty easily. And I noticed from a friend's house I was at. I'm able to fix mine. I don't use these as buttons except for like maybe single shot, switching to single shot in games like Apex, which is something I don't do very often. So I'm not that concerned about it. So I will put it on here. But I don't use this sprint or melee ever. That's just way too much abuse for those sticks. And I'm able to fix my drift on these whenever they do start to drift slightly. I use a special lubricant that I use for my hedge trimmers. I have a lawn company, so I found out that those work really good for cleaning it out and lubricating it, which is also what it does for your hedge trimmers. It lubricates and cleans it. But anyways, I've always been able to fix the drift to a certain extent. Um, I was at a friend's house, and this controller was drifting, or this uh, joystick was drifting. He had 4 controllers. And it wasn't even a drift. The way that it acted was real sporadic. It was nasty, but all the controllers were broke. And after playing his games on his setting, I realized he was using this joystick for sprint. You're pressing that 100 times a game. No wonder it's wore out and drifting. If you're not, I'm telling you right now that is the main culprit of joystick drift, and that's using them as buttons. Don't use them as buttons. I guarantee that your joysticks will last a lot longer. But here's back to the main part of this video is for, is the bumpers. You know how bad these bumpers are. They're cheap. They wear out real quick. There's like a little piece of plastic in here that, it's like a coat hanger. You bend it too much, it breaks. And just like pressing the joystick for sprint, and you're pressing these bumpers 100 times a game, that piece of plastic's going to wear out real quick. But basically, all I did was super glue a piece of a zip tie across there. Basically simulates the piece of plastic that's on the inside, except it's a lot stronger piece of plastic on the outside. I've had these bumpers like this for almost 2 years. No problems ever since I did that. Super cheap, easy, quick fix.